Hello, beautiful and exotic women of the world. So I am sure by now, if you guys are on TikTok like me, you have heard about the Ice Spice and Cleo beef. And I'm not going to show any clips here, but I do just want to preface this video by saying that I 1000% believe Cleo. I understand the type of dynamic that she has experienced with Ice Spice. I've lived this, and it's so crazy because I've gone through these exact things with people, and I've had people in my life tell me, oh, if you don't have friends, you're the problem. If you always fall out with people, that's a red flag. And it's like, no, I fall out with narcissists. I fall out with female narcissists. I fall out with people like Ice Spice who use people for their own benefit, and then when they clock it and they catch on, now it's like all the gloves are off. You want to show your ass. Now you want to be passive aggressive with me and silently bully me. No. So I fall out with people like that. I don't fall out with people. I fall out with demons. Okay, so let's make that very clear. So I want to unpack why female narcissists are very performative with their kindness and use what's going on with Ice Spice and Cleo as an example. So I've experienced this many times in my life where I've had a friend who used me for my image, who's used me for the benefits, who's used me for their benefit, and have come off as really nice people, have come off like they're trying to help me, like they're doing me a favor, like they're being nice to me, when in reality it was just for outward appearance. It was just for a show. It was to make the outside world and people around them seem like I'm their friend and that they're so kind and genuine and nice to me. But what I realized is a lot of female narcissists weaponize their kindness to get what they want from you. When they realize that their kindness isn't getting them what they want from you, then that's when the gloves come off. That's when you could see a completely different person. And I know this to be a fact because a lot of female narcissists will do things for you with ulterior motives. So you'll have a friend who will invite you out, but it's really just because the other 3 friends that they would prefer to go out with didn't answer the phone or are sick or can't make it. So you're the final choice. And they know that they don't really like you for real. They know that you're the backup option. They know you're the last option, but they're going to choose you to come out because they need someone on their arm. They need someone to make them look good. They need someone to make them feel good. And they know you, the genuine friend, is going to give them the supply and the ego boost that they're looking for. And so they invite you out. They make it seem like they really care about you and really love you. They post you on their social media and you're having a blast. Whole time, they're just weaponizing their kindness because they needed somebody to come out with them, and you were the last option, and that's just one example. Then you may have a friend who will do a favor for you, so maybe they'll lend you some money or they'll help you get a job somewhere or something, and then they'll turn around and sabotage the job. They'll turn around and try to tarnish your name in the workplace when they're the ones that helped you get in there. So they're weaponizing their kindness in the sense that, yeah, sis, yeah, I'll help you get that job, right? Whole time, once you get in, you think you have a friend. You really just made a covenant with the enemy. You really just came into an agreement with someone who's about to destroy your whole life and destroy your reputation and ultimately make you lose the job or force you to have to quit. The reason why I'm talking about this, and I wanted to bring up the Ice Spice and Cleo situation, is because Cleo speaks about how she went on tour recently with Ice Spice, and the second that she called out Ice doing something to her, even though Ice invited her onto the tour, even though she gave her this opportunity, she was moving funny with her. She refused to have her security bring her bag down with all of Ice Spice's bags. And that was the start of the funny movement. That was the start of the funniness. And then it was just like a snowball effect. And after Cleo said that after she confronted her about that, it was like the gloves were off. Now suddenly, she's doing all of these passive aggressive microaggressions toward her. Now she's acting like she's not welcome. She's treating her like a stranger. Her team is mishandling her and mistreating her. And a bunch of other trifling stuff happened. If you guys want to go watch the clips, there's a 6-part series on TikTok. I highly recommend you check it out because she literally exposes this female narcissist who we think is this really cool pop artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just crazy because she really weaponized her kindness to get this girl in her good graces, all to just bully her, all to just make her feel like she doesn't have a place in your tour, to make her feel undeserving, to make her feel unwelcome, and to kind of rub it in her face that this is my shit, you're a guest here, don't get too comfortable. No one's here for you. You're eating off my plate. You're eating the crumbs, basically. And this is why I say female narcissists are so dangerous. Because Cleo didn't have to go on that tour if you were going to treat her that way. But you weaponized your kindness. You made it seem like you and this girl were friends for years, for 2 years prior. You know, you used her for photo ops when you would go on outings. Now you bring her on tour with you and you decide to treat her like a punching bag while she's on tour with you because you know that she's relying on you for a place to stay because you promised her that she'll be good with you money-wise. So you know that she's relying on you with a place to stay. She's relying on you for food and accommodations on this tour, and you completely weaponized your kindness in the beginning by offering her this opportunity to go on tour, knowing that when she got on tour with you, you were going to make her life hell to prove to her that you're better than her in some way, shape, or form because this is your tour. To rub it into her that she's living off of your crumbs, basically. And that she basically has to just take any type of treatment off of you because she's dependent on you on this tour. Which is sick. It speaks to your character, or lack thereof, rather. It speaks to your moral compass being in the gutter. It speaks to how horrible and cruel you are at your core. You know, someone who does that to somebody, that is so abusive. But that is what female narcissists do. They get a kick out of that stuff. They get a kick out of y'all going on vacation, going on a girls' trip, right? You guys made a plan. You set a plan. All of a sudden, she's deviating from the plans. She's running off to go sleep with men and go be with guys and go do her own thing. And she's leaving you alone. She's putting you in vulnerable situations. Now she doesn't have the money for the hotel room when it's time to pay. She doesn't have money for dinner. She's putting you in compromising situations every turn of the girls' trip. Women like that, ladies. Women like that who weaponize their kindness at first. Oh yeah, girl, let's go on a trip. Let's go on a girls' trip. It's going to be so fun. Kiki. And then you turn around and they show their ass. That's why female friendships die after girl trips. That's why we see all these girl trips gone to hell on TikTok and on YouTube. We hear all the crazy story times because you guys are friends with female narcissists. It's time for us to open our eyes, ladies. It's time for us to shine our eyes like my African friend taught me. It's time for us to shine our eyes. It's time for us to open our eyes and be aware of who we are dealing with on this earth plane. There are women like Ice Spice everywhere who call themselves our friends, but are really just weaponizing the friendship, weaponizing their kindness to get their needs met. And when you clap back at them, when you clock their tea, when you tell them, hey, nope, I'm setting a boundary with you. This is what I expect. This is what I don't expect. Suddenly, you're no longer friends. Why is that? And why is it so confusing when it happens? Because they were never your friend to begin with. So it is so easy for them to drop the mask as soon as you realize that they're doing something to harm you or to mistreat you. And as soon as you set a boundary, it's like, oh, all gloves are off. We all know narcissists hate boundaries. So that is what you're seeing with this Cleo and Ice Spice situation. So I just want to encourage you ladies to put yourself first today and all days moving forward. Do not tolerate female friends who use you and abuse you. The Most High didn't put you on this planet to be bamboozled and mistreated by these women and for you to sit there and tolerate abuse off these people who are literally demonic. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. I really cannot wait to have this conversation as this topic has been going viral. Just wanted to come at it at a spiritual aspect as I always do. You guys know me. I'm always evaluate people's spirits and psychoanalyze people and look into their souls. And I'm always labeling somebody something because it really is always spiritual to me. And so I just love to have a conversation and see what you guys think about this whole Cleo and Ice Spice situation and just female friendships and female narcissists in general who weaponize their kindness and weaponize friendships in order to abuse people. And I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share any stories that you have with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.